All right, guys, we just finished up with the pickup. This was pretty crazy. He actually ended up having a second box of stuff that I didn't know about that just had a bunch of extras. And like, this stuff's crazy. Check this out. Whoa, not so fast. Before I show you guys exactly what I picked up, take a second to check if you're subscribed and don't forget to like the video. Let's get into the pickup. This is what I came for. All these N64 and Game Boy games in the box, some Super Nintendo and some other stuff. And then he threw in the Super Nintendo, and look at this. A bunch of PS2 games, PS1, like Digimon World and Mega Man X4, Vampire Knight. There's a copy of Metroid here. I mean, look at this, like Mega Man X2. He just threw that in. Adventures of Batman and Robin, Kirby Superstar. And then like four swords. And, wow, there's actually 2 copies of 4 Swords. That's insane. Yoshi's Touch and Go. And then there's like a Game Boy Advance in here and everything. Like, this is nuts. We're gonna go ahead and get everything home and we'll go over it back at the house. Insane. All right, so I am back home with the stuff. This is pretty wild. Basically, I saw like a bunch of individual listings on Craigslist for complete in box games, Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo, some Pokemon, and I assumed it was the same seller with every single one of these listings, so I messaged them and asked if they would do a bulk deal if they were all still available. The seller was interested. He had some of the prices really high. I think his total listed value on Craigslist was around $4,500, whereas price charting was around $3,500. Now, there's some really good stuff here, so I came in strong with an offer of $2,500, and he ended up accepting it. So we did the deal, we met up, and I was so surprised when he had an entire bin of stuff that wasn't even included. So first thing, we're going to go over all the stuff that was supposed to be included, the original deal, and then I'm going to show you guys all the extras that he threw in. Here it is, all of these boxed games. There's a couple loose games, but pretty much everything is boxed. Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Stadium 2, Zelda, Banjo, Star Fox. I mean, complete in box controller. All of these are in really, really nice shape. There's a few with a couple dings, like this Ocarina of Time has some wear, but I think this Pokemon Stadium 2 is like the nicest box that I've ever seen. I'll show you guys that more in a sec. We've got a bunch of Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games, Super Nintendo, and then we've got some Pokemon White 2, White, and Heart Gold. Just an absolutely insane collection of stuff here. Check out this box on this Pokemon Stadium 2. This thing is pristine. It is amazing. There's a few little creases, but for the most part, I'd say this is like one of the nicest boxes I have ever seen. And that's how a lot of this stuff is. A lot of this stuff is really, really nice condition. I saw that from the pictures. I saw that there was a lot of strong titles, Mega Man's, very good first-party titles on the N64, a lot of solid Mario Game Boy games, Harry Potter, Superman actually has some decent value. I mean, there's just such good quality stuff here, so I didn't have a problem offering pretty strong on this stuff. But this wasn't even everything that was included. Like I mentioned, there was an entire bin of extra stuff. I'm going to go over this stuff a little bit more in detail, go over some pricing, but let me show you guys what he threw in as extra. All right, here's all the extra stuff. I mean, we've got the Metroid Prime Wavebird Kmart Edition, Legend of Legaia, DBZ Budokai, Vampire Knight, some really nice PS1 titles, Pokemon Pearl. Look at these SNES games. Like, he just threw these in. Kirby Superstar, Mega Man X2, Adventures of Batman and Robin. Are you serious? An extra Link to the Past 4 Swords. Granted, this one does not have the game. It's just box and manual. But wow, extra. Like, he just threw that in. Yoshi's Touch and Go, Super Nintendo console. Some really cool handhelds like Sonic Spinball, Spider-Man, Power Rangers, Star Wars. And then here's just some of the lower end games. And unfortunately, I only had the $2,500. I really wanted to give him more because this is insane. This is an incredible add-on. and couldn't believe that he just wanted to throw all this stuff in. Basically, the guy told me that he was moving to Europe, and so he was just trying to get rid of all his stuff, and he didn't want to post everything on Craigslist, just more of the heavy hitters like the boxed games. And so when we decided to just do a bulk deal, he figured he'd just bring everything that he had and throw it in. I guess that's just kind of what happens when you offer strong. I believe that my offer was extremely fair. Price charting value is around $33.50 for everything, not including condition, of course. Condition would definitely make this stuff worth a lot more than that. But strictly based off price charting, I offered $2,500 on a lot that was valued at $3,300. So really not a lot of room to make profit here. But because of the condition of everything, I knew that things would be going for more than their price charting value. And he was gracious to throw in all this extra stuff because of my strong offer. And I think it really worked out in our favor. I mean, this is probably close to maybe $600 worth of extra stuff. So in terms of value here, the Pokemon Stadium 2 on price charting is around $260, but due to the condition of the box, I'd say it's going to be a lot more than that. Also, Super Metroid, it's close to around $300 on price charting, and this one does have some tape on the box, so I'd say $300 is probably around a fair price. A lot of these games are just solid like $100 to $200 games. Mega Man 2 complete in the box like $150 to $200. Pokemon White version 2 is actually one of the most expensive Pokemon games, coming in at around $165. And just all of these games have just some solid values. So one of my favorite types of collections to buy where there's not a huge quantity, just a ton of good quality. That's my favorite because a lot of this stuff will be going into my collection, but for what I am selling, they're all going to be easy sellers. Collectors are going to want them, and it's just amazing to find a collection like this. I don't come across box stuff as often as I would like, so getting all of these in one pickup is amazing. And of course, in terms of getting my money back, this is a huge help. All these extras, this is going to be an amazing way to recoup some of my costs, make some money, and add some amazing games to my collection. And that's how we do it. A smart way to collect is to buy big lots if you can, if it's financially responsible for you. Sell what you don't want or what you already have, and keep a few things for your collection. It can be a great way to add and accumulate some awesome things for yourself while making money or breaking even. Okay guys, just a quick update on the extra stuff. I said that I thought this was around $600 in extras, but it was closer to $1,000. I did not realize this was so much in value extra on top. Now, as amazing of a pickup as this was, that's not everything. The seller actually reached back out to me and said he found a few extra things, surprising enough. He sent me a few pictures. I was super excited to see what I saw. There was a couple complete in box consoles, and we agreed on a price of $200. So I'm going to go pick that up right now, and I'll show you guys when I get back. He did it again. He did it again. Okay. Again, I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys what I went to go pick up, and then I'm going to show you everything that I got. So let's start out with what I was supposed to pick up. So this is what the original pickup was supposed to be. Just these two guidebooks and these two complete in box consoles. Got the Nintendo 64, very nice condition, fully complete, and the black GameCube. This is what I knew. This was what the $200 was agreed upon. But of course, he brought a few things extra. The first things were this copy of Wii Sports and a PlayStation 2 manual, which was kind of random because there was no PS2. But then we got a Wii, Zelda Spirit Tracks, an Action Replay DS, Disgaea DS, Batman, Metroid, we got a Bleach game, and Pokemon Heart Gold, the big box. So this box, he just had this added in. I did get Pokemon Heart Gold from him, the original, just the game, but I had no clue he had the big box. So he found this, he threw it in. It's a little bit crushed, but still, this is amazing, and it adds so much value. The Pokewalker is in there, so I do have this complete now. And obviously, very excited to have that thrown in. I did, thankfully, have extra money this time, so I was able to pay him a little bit extra for this stuff to try and make it right, because of course I wasn't expecting the past extras, and I wasn't expecting extras once again because I was just there for the 4 items. The price charting value on the stuff I was picking up was around 400, 450, and then the extras was an additional around $250. Spirit Tracks is about $75. And this Bleach game is actually about $65. These action replays have some good value as well, and it did have the cords. And there also was some other stuff added in that I just didn't include, like some controllers. There was some N64, some off-brand stuff, and then of course all the cords for the Wii as well. Another just crazy experience with this seller. Super happy. He's looking for Pokemon cards, and so I ended up sending him a list of all the Pokemon cards that I had. So hopefully I can give him some good deals in the future. But really excited to have bought his whole collection. This is amazing. I just can't stress enough how sometimes you have to come in a little strong on your offers. Don't be afraid to make smaller margins for a potential bigger payout. The condition on things is super important when pricing. So even if you go straight based off price charting, the values of the items can be significantly more. So keep that in mind when you're valuing and sending offers. The 75% range can be scary, but if you know how to sell and you know the condition of the items, you should be able to get higher than price charting on a lot of good items. So don't forget that. That's going to be all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing that amazing collection as much as I did. Until next time, take care.